Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down this really profound lecture on enlightenment and distill a path to self-discovery into a clear, actionable framework that you can actually use.
So, we're digging into a powerful idea for finding your way, and honestly, it all hinges on this one quote. The journey to understand the world and your place in it, it's not something you find out there. It's a journey that begins and ultimately ends right back inside you.
What's so interesting is that the speaker doesn't start with some abstract theory. Nope, he kicks things off with his own, frankly, bizarre and sudden spiritual awakening. He describes reading a book, and all of a sudden his body just starts to shake. He felt this intense heat rising from deep inside him and had this undeniable sensation that another self was waking up inside his own body.
Now, you'd think he'd be totally freaked out, right? But instead of panicking, he used this baffling event as a starting point to objectively analyze his own experience. And this self-analysis led him to a universal framework for self-discovery that really anyone can use. So, let's explore the steps he laid out on this path.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to follow his journey in 6 parts, starting with that deeply personal, inward turn, and moving all the way to how it has a broader, outward impact on the world.
Okay, first up, the inner awakening. This all started with that really strange physical experience he had.
And look, this wasn't just some, vague emotional feeling. This was physical. It was this undeniable sense that his soul was literally demanding to be heard. It was a clear, visceral sign that our physical bodies are not the whole story, and that something much deeper was stirring, with a brand new purpose. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, that awakening kicks off a search for something real and true inside ourselves, and the speaker has this beautiful metaphor to describe it. He says that inside every single one of us, and I mean everyone, no matter your past, no matter your mistakes, there's this metaphorical pearl. It's something of true and undeniable value that's been created by your unique experiences.
And this pearl, it's not something you're just born with, all perfect and shiny. It's something you build, piece by piece, over decades of just trying to do your best. The key is knowing where to look for it. It's that part of you that you can present without shame, your personal North Star, that guides you even when you stumble. It's the piece of you that, after everything, you know is real and good.
So, how do you actually find this pearl inside yourself? Well, the first step is to look back. Yeah, look at your own past. You got to sift through all the failures and the regrets and find that core part of you that was always trying to live earnestly and truthfully. That's your starting point. That's your anchor. Okay, so finding your pearl is a huge first step, but it's just the start. To really get what it is, to see it clearly, you actually have to turn your focus outward.
And here's a major warning from the speaker. If you try to understand yourself in a vacuum, all by yourself, you're just going to end up with this distorted, self-serving version of enlightenment. True clarity, that only comes when you see yourself reflected in the eyes and experiences of other people.
And that's why he's so insistent on this point. Other people are not a distraction from your path, they are the path. It's like they're a mirror, showing you who you are by showing you who you're not. And in that process, they help you define the unique shape and shine of your very own inner pearl.
All right, so once you start getting that clearer picture of yourself through others, what's next? Well, you have to apply that knowledge for the greater good. And he explains this with a really simple but honestly super effective analogy.
Just think about a pro baseball player for a second. Is their goal just to be a good hitter for themselves? No way. The goal is to use that incredible skill to help the whole team win, to elevate the entire game for everyone watching.
See, it's a 2-step process. First, you do the inner work. You master your skills. You polish that pearl. You become, as he says, a 300 hitter in your own life. But then, and this is key, you take those skills and you play for the crowd. You use them to make the world better and to lift up everyone around you.
But here's the thing. As you get better, as you become that star player in life, a really serious danger pops up, and it can undo everything.
This quote is just so powerful. It's this incredible warning against the arrogance that can creep in with success. Imagine thinking you've finally made it, you've reached the top floor, only to step out of the elevator into total darkness.
Because the absolute biggest danger is believing you're done, that you're complete, that you're beyond making mistakes. The second you think that, that's when the elevator starts going down. It's a subtle but really dangerous trap that even the most successful people can fall into.
So the big question is, how do you avoid that? How do you stay grounded and keep growing? While the speaker leaves us with one last really powerful exercise for reflection. He asks us to do something kind of radical. Imagine, right now, that today is your last day.
You're at the end of your life and you're looking back on all of it. What do you feel?
Wow. I mean, this exercise just cuts right through all the ego, all the arrogance, doesn't it? It forces this raw, honest look at your actions, your words, your connections. And the speaker says something really profound. If looking back on your life doesn't bring you to tears, you might have lived what he calls a parched, desert-like life.
Because in the end, this whole path to enlightenment, it's not a destination, right? It's not a place you just arrive at. It's this constant ongoing process. You discover your inner pearl, you use it to help others play a better game, and you keep asking yourself with a humble and open heart, what more good can I bring into the world?